Hello and welcome to DeepTech Leads Podcast. I'm Golriz, representing ICT Oulu. In this podcast, we explore the latest initiatives and technologies that are shaping Oulu's tech scene. Many believe that expanding to the US market is always extremely expensive. But is that really the point? At the end of this episode, we will find out together. So, today we want to talk about the company HTGP, and our guest is an international business executive with more than 25 years of experience in ICT sector, as well as board member and chairman in several growth companies. A warm welcome to Mr. Petri Toljamo.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Thank you. Would you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Okay. So my name is Petri Toljamo. I'm actually from Oulu, but I've always been willing to travel and meet new people. I have enjoyed working with the international companies and customers. So my background is that I've been more than 10 years as a CEO of the high-tech companies and traveling a lot, 150 days per year. And I started as basically stop 22 my CEO career, and since that I have been a board member, and I've invested more than 10 non-listed companies, and I'm acting there as a private investor or sometimes board member or chairman of the board, and I have enjoyed really much my life over the last years, and now I'm continuing started as a founder of this HTGP group, which I was introduced 2.5 years ago, and I will tell a little bit more about the history later.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you. I did some research about your company, and according to the company's website, HTGP is a dynamic Finnish growth partner renowned for its comprehensive suite of professional services. With decades of industry expertise, HTGP delivers tailored solutions in strategic advisory, market research, digitalization, finance management, and brand development.
Yes.
All designed to drive sustainable growth. Additionally, HTGP equips companies with the insight and tools needed to confidently navigate international and the US market expansion.
Yes, very well summarized.
Awesome. Would you please explain more about your company's history and services?
Yeah. So this was established from the scratch 2.5 years ago. Myself and my co-founder Ville Heikkinen, which is also a partner, for example, at the Butterfly Ventures, he and I established and had an idea that there's a problem in Finland that with respect to the growth and internationalization. Yeah. Many companies, they lack of the courage and knowledge in a way, and therefore they are not willing and interested to go abroad, take a risk. And we thought that we need to change this somehow. And since that we established the company, we gathered a quite big network, more than 40 advisors with the 20 plus years of experience. They are not the general consultants, but they are all kind of industry experts and the business leaders. And since that we have been growing the company as a multi-service group. The intention is to collect different kind of companies which will form one larger group which can offer CX level services, especially on the growth and internationalization. Since the establishment, of course, we started from scratch, but now we are at the roughly 4 million euro level, and we will grow that organically. And we are also going to grow with the inorganic path as well, in order to complement the quite wide service we already have in the company.
This is magnificent.
Thank you.
Well, today mainly we are focusing on the US go-to-market service. HTGP is known for its passion to support sustainable growth for companies, like venturing into the North American market.
Yes.
Could you explain how HTGP's services designed to address the unique challenges of entering to the US?
Yes. So that, like you mentioned in the beginning that many companies think it's expensive to go to the US, and which is actually true in the traditional way.
Yeah.
So if a Finnish growth company wants to go to the US market, which is one of the largest market in the world, it's expensive and it's difficult. You need to go and establish a legal entity, you need to go and hire a salesperson, and the cost is $200,000 per year at least minimum. 200,000. In US, the inflation has gone up, and actually it's very expensive to hire a good salesperson.
Yes.
And then you have the legal entity and the others, and you are uncertain. Of course, every salesperson are good to sell themselves, so you will take a risk that whether the person is good or not. And many Finnish companies, they have started to go to the US and they have then decided to go back because they have failed.
Yeah.
So what we are offering is that because we have been working, I worked more than 10 years as a CEO in the US companies and work with the US customers, and I have a quite big network and also my company. So we have finalized or formalized a kind of team in the US which can help the Finnish growth companies. So they are people who have been there more than 10 years or 20 years. Some of them are dual citizens, and they are from the medical, ICT, automotive, and most of them are also Finnish people, which are living in the US. So we are lowering the kind of the barrier for the Finnish companies to discuss with one of our advisors in the US, and then maybe part-time hire them as a kind of a sales representative or business development officers for their companies. So the companies in the US, they will get a kind of named person, and it will represent the local company here with the fraction of the costs. At the same time, it's very, very low risk because they are not going to hire the person. It's a service. If it doesn't work well over 3 months, 6 months, we can always change or adjust. But you are not committed directly to 200K plus cost at all. So we believe that there's an interesting opportunity here, and this has raised a lot of interest within the growth company sector at the moment since we launched the service.
Yeah, indeed. I agree. Yes. So let's break down that it takes to succeed in the US market. What would you say are the essential components for a successful market entry?
Yeah. So if you look at the US market, there's more than 300 million people.
Yes.
It's a large kind of market, and the Finnish companies, they are well known for the R&D and the technology.
Exactly.
But if you want to succeed in the US market, you have to learn the go-to-market. And why most of the growth companies are failing, it is not because of the technology or the R&D. The Finnish products are excellent, but it's really the product market fit and the market. That's maybe 50% of the reasons why the growth companies have failed are because of the lack of the product market fit and the marketing side. So if you go to the US market, you need to understand not just the market, the technology or the R&D, the product itself. It's a highly competitive market in a way that you have to think that what is the value my product or the service is bringing for the customers. So the US kind of customers, they are very competitive in a way, and they are very well also understanding both the business side and the technical side. So it's very important if you go there is that you need to kind of take this go-to-market seriously. And that's why we are lowering the barrier by bringing these experts there. And also what is important is the networking. You need to know a lot of the people, talk to your customers, talk to your stakeholders, or even competitors to gain the knowledge of the US market. And the market is moving really fast. So the US companies, they a lot of think that first to market solutions. So which one is first? It's not enough to be second or third. So if you interact with the US customers, please be quite rapid in your responses. And many times when you work with the US guys, they think that the Europeans are quite slow. So for example, on Monday, you get the email from the US guys. The Finnish mentality is so that okay, I'm asking, for example, presentation. So Finnish guy doesn't reply anything, and on Friday he is going to send the presentation, thinks everything is fine.
Yeah.
Better way is that when you receive the email on Monday, you reply, I got this, you will get presentation by Friday. And then you send the presentation on Friday.
Yeah.
The customer are getting impression that you are moving fast. This is a kind of the company I want to work with. And that is not always obvious for the Finnish companies. Just a few examples. It could be a longer story, but
food for thoughts. So networking and focus on the values.
Yeah,
more than
go to market and also the urgency. The speed is important.
So insightful. So as the US market continues to evolve, what trends should companies keep an eye on while planning to enter to the US market?
Yeah, I was thinking about this question, but as there's a lot of things happening now between the US, Trump and the others, and I don't want to go on that details, but I would say that it's now even more critical to really be in the US market. So that there will be tariffs for the Finnish and the European companies. They want to supply the products to the US. But now it's important. The trend is really that the increased geopolitics and everything will actually mean that if you want to be part of the world's largest technology and high-tech markets, it's better be there, present, and rather than being a remote supplier from Finland. So the presence in the US, even with our service or directly, it helps you to really understand, because we get the certain news and the messages to hear, but if you are there locally and a part of the ecosystem and have discussions, you get a much better sense what is actually going in the market. So that would be my advice, that because I don't have a crystal ball to say that what the Trump will mention tomorrow. So it's more than important that you are present in the US market in order to succeed.
Yes, so true. So let's focus on the final question.
Okay.
What is your recommendation to our companies in Oulu? The companies that wants to enter to the US, and what are your top 3 pieces of advice for them?
I think I shared some of the advices, but if I would maybe add is that be brave. So
be brave.
Most of the Finnish companies don't have a courage. They think that I'm not good enough or my product is not good. It will cost a lot of money. In any case, we will fail. Rather saying so, try to do it in a professional way. That let's do the market study analysis. And let's discuss with the people who already have the experience from the US market and find a way for the cost kind of efficient entry. So the courage and that's very important in this one. Then I said about this, the speed of the execution is important. The idea is that you don't need to work 24/7, but you need to adapt to the speed how the customers are operating. That is very important. The third one, of course, is this bring the value, what I was talking about. So if you introduce that I have a feature A, B, C, and D in my product, would you buy? Rather than say that I have a product which saves you 30% of your operational cost, or if you take my product, this will enhance your operation. So it's rather save cost or provides the value. And that is really the mentality which is crucial for going for the US market.
Indeed, yes. So courage, speed, and bring value.
Yes, value creation.
Value creation.
Yes, well summarized. Thank you.
Yes. So we are so thankful for your great information that provide and for your time. If you like to have your final words with our audience, that would be great.
Maybe just to summarize that, be brave. I think the US opportunities are huge. They are really the leader on the technology side, especially on the AI. And there's a lot of knowledge and within the networks how to operate and how to be successful in the US market. So, of course, we are happy to help, but that this is a generic advice.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you all. Please follow us on our LinkedIn. Please check out our website. There are many good news there, like check our upcoming events, check out our solutions, our initiatives, and see you in the next episode. Thank you.